Hey tribe, welcome back to my channel. So we have another unexpected reading to do today. We'll see what's gonna come through. Pile number 1 is on your left, pile number 3 is on your right. Use your intuition, not your eyes. Stop the video right here if you need some more time. I'll catch you in timestamps. Hello tribe. Let's see what's for pile 1, the unexpected. And today I am taking reversals in case any of them came up while shuffling your main cards. Let's see. Okay, you have the Page of Pentacles reversed. If you want to look at this image, here we are. That's from the Texture Tarot, if anyone's going to be asking. So we're keeping in mind that this is reversed and we're continuing the story. And for you, I want to pull from, let's see which deck. Let's take the good old Steampunk Tarot. Let's see. Okay, yes. We have 3 of Pentacles. You know what this reminds me of straight away off the bat? Now, this is very specific, so please filter the messages. Someone who is not, you know, when you're in a group project, so it could be for your workplace. Specifically, this reminded me of uni times when you'd have that one person who's not chipping in, who's not doing any work, but they still get the grade for it, right? The same like the rest of the group. That's what this reminded me of. Overall, from just these 2 cards, the unexpected, what I'm seeing is that someone, this might be even you, is having either some kind of an issue or lack of focus whilst learning something. So I don't know why this is coming up as unexpected, but I guess we're gonna get to the bottom of this. There is something to do with work dynamics here for sure. The unexpected, pile number 1, the unexpected, pile 1. Let's see what else. You have the 7 of Swords. Yeah, definitely. There is something here. I'd say keep an eye out when it comes to your colleagues here, because there is someone here who seems like they might be pretending to be doing work, but they're actually not, especially if you're somehow related to that project. If you maybe are a boss, you probably know about this already. Someone really does know how to do the job. I mean, maybe there is a reason for that. They're like, I really don't want to be a part of this. It's not in my contract. See what I mean? So you really have to be mindful how you translate these messages. In your life, you have this Star. Oh, this is interesting. Let's see. I'm hearing a blessing in disguise here, with some sort of a stop or blockage, however you want to call it, in a workplace or in collaboration or in your studies of some sorts. You're going to be able to see a bigger picture. Something is happening for a reason that at first feels a little bit off. You're like, why? But why? You know? Or I cannot focus. I don't feel like picking up that book. I don't feel like, you know, focusing on this project first, even though it's a priority, but I kind of feel like I have to do the other one. What is up? Yeah, 9 of Swords. Let's split the deck. Let's see what else. We have the Knight of Cups. I heard something better is coming your way, but I feel like for whoever this is, they'll need patience because it might not be seen straight away, okay? It might not be seen straight away what's better out there, because at first I'm seeing a phase where it's a little bit meh, but then it's almost like as if God or universe is kind of keeping something away from you, or you feel like you have no idea what's to come or what's going to happen, like a mystery of some sorts. But then when it happens, you go like, oh, I get it now. Why? I get it now. What is up? The Star. What is up? What is up? We have the Sun. Yeah, I told you. See what I mean? And that's when you're going to feel like I want to dance and I want to explore and I want to do all these things that make me happy. if I had to sum this up, it would feel like someone might feel like they've lost motivation at one point, or there was a stressful situation connected to work, which then led them to higher understanding of what they actually want or what makes them happy. But there's more to this though. I'm not being shown exactly what it is, but it's saying there might be a time where you have to kind of lay in bed and contemplate on one specific thing or event. Yes, at first it might not be comfortable, but at the end of the day, you are celebrating life. So if anyone is in this, yeah, in a split deck, we have the Ace of Swords. You're generating some kind of idea here that's going to take you to your happiness, if I had to sum it up. Let's be a little bit more specific here with the Sun and the Star. Some sort of wish is coming true, but it's not coming true the way that you expect it to. Does that make sense? It's going to be a little bit twisted. So it's saying be flexible, pile 1. Yeah, we talked about patience already. We have the Knight of Pentacles right here. Let's lower you down a tiny bit. Patience is going to be a winner. I'm also healing. Oh my God, sorry, I can't speak. It's been a long day. I'm also hearing don't speak too fast. Don't talk too fast. Give it time. Don't rush. Okay? Your future is being planned out here. And the unexpected, I think, here is how it's going to happen. How it's going to happen. There might be a female who's important in this situation, or at least someone who has strong feminine energy. Very loving character though, someone who's very loving, very motherly type of energy is coming through here. And I'm also seeing there could be an invitation from them, because there is someone looking far away as if they're looking for someone else or something else with this Two of Wands. And they're going to find it, that's for sure. This character seems to be very important. So let me collect all these cards. By the way, this is not going to be extended. I'm switching it up. Some readings that are voted by patrons, what they want to see, those topics are going to be extended. And the rest, I just want to improvise and see what might be needed for the collective, especially here for people on YouTube. Okay, what is this character bringing here? What is this character bringing? You might be switching with someone at work, or switching the person, an individual who you work with at work. Because you see, we have the Three of Pentacles, a better person to work with, at least more in your vibration at that time, or someone is able to balance everything out when it comes to work dynamics. And this feels to be this, maybe there was a conflict in the past, or the conflict is brewing, I'm hearing. And someone is able to cool it down. I'm hearing cool it down. And whoever this person is that we're talking about, they might be someone that you don't expect doing so. The World. What kind of cycle are we talking about here? What kind of cycle? I'm hearing the windows closing. I don't know what that means to some of you, but I'm looking at these circles over here in the Queen of Cups, as well as the World. The windows closing. Okay, the chapter of more peace, I'm hearing. There's something to do with being able to just live for yourself as well, for some of you. To feel peaceful in your own skin. So some sort of chapter is ending where, split deck, we have the Hanged Man, is ending where it felt like a drag, specifically connected to work or your finances or people that you work with. And now we ending this somehow with a help of this character that we talked about, because it feels very influential. and we're able to get some rest, as well as we feel like ourselves, our best selves actually, over here. Pile number 1. Okay, that is very interesting. So please let me know how that resonates, because honestly, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. How, why, who, when. Okay, let's see what else. I want to pull a card from the mystical healing reading cards, and this might tie in, this might be like an extra message for some of you. We're going to read this from the book, okay? We have reverse disassociation. Okay. This is very personal. Very personal. Give yourself permission to feel. It can be easy to disassociate from your feelings when the challenges of life become too overwhelming. This can occur when we hold on to suppressed, unacknowledged, painful, or traumatic experiences and allow ourselves to be bombarded by the noises of the outside world. From watching too much TV, to listening to loud music, to engaging with social media. When we constantly run from one sensation to another, our nerves become numbed and we begin to feel empty inside. In order to recover your sensitivity and aliveness, you need to slow down, connect to your body, and give yourself permission to feel. So remember how we talked about someone is feeling themselves, like themselves. So that's what we're being talked. It's being talked about here. I honestly can't speak anymore. I really need to go to sleep, I think. It's the end of the day. You have to realize that as a spiritual being, you need to spend as much time nourishing your soul as you do feeding your physical body. Your spirit is beckoning you to go within, let go of past pain, and transform into enriching wisdom. And I feel like that's what a lot of you are going to find yourselves at. Okay? And what I'm looking at here, we see the key that you find the key that you're opening this lock with. Ooh, this is strong. It feels like I finally have an answer to why I had to go for this, or to why I was like I was. There is a I'm seeing a comparison to your old self and to your new self, and maybe your new self that's been with you this whole time, but you kind of dig it up, is going to surprise you much more than the situation that we talked about, because it's all about feeling for you, okay, and being connected. So I hope this made sense, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hello group 2 people, let's see what is up with you today. I am going to be taking reversals in case any of your main cards came out as reversed. Okay, let's see. You have the King of Pentacles reversed. Let's see which deck we are going to be using. Triple Goddess Tarot is staring at me. Let's go. Let's go. The Unexpected, pile 2. The Unexpected, wow. You have the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Sun. You have the Knight of Pentacles. I heard all those days when I felt like what I'm doing is not getting me anywhere has finally paid off. Are we talking about part of your unexpected is the financial situation over here that I'm seeing, or a connection somehow to a person who represents the King of Pentacles? But I think what a lot of you are realizing is that you somehow, it feels like you're tuning into your feminine a little bit more. You are a very strong group of people over here, and I think for a lot of you, you've kind of mastered your masculine already. It's been with you, or it's been more present or higher than your feminine energy, which feels a little bit repressed. And the part of the unexpected to me feels like that you're able to acknowledge that you're balancing both out, and they both become almost on the same levels. And I'm trying to describe the visions that I'm getting. And somehow by using more of that energy in your everyday life, you are pulling in the rewards of what your surroundings have to offer. And somehow that makes you feel that you are succeeded in your craft. Okay? It's very twisted in a way, because I'm getting various feelings when I'm talking, and it's connected to visions, but that's what kind of story I'm being told over here. And maybe for some of you, it's because you're finally learning how to ask help, and you're practicing more of that, because as I said before, you feel a very strong group of people, and for a lot of you, maybe it's been difficult in the past to say, hey, you know what, I need help, because you know you can do everything on your own, and maybe you've been doing too much of that. Okay, let's see what is up. Pile number twos. Okay, you got the Six of Pentacles, so these are those skills that we talked about. We talked about balance, right? And balancing it out. We have the moon and the sun together. We're talking about balance again, the masculine and the feminine. I cannot make this shit up. I mean, what else? You have the star. Yeah, and these are your wishes, what you wanted from your surroundings. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. Get out of here, pal, too. Get out of here. Okay, wow. Remember how I said it took me a while, but I got there? So that's exactly what we're seeing over here. If you look at this card right here, this girl, lady, she's carrying that pentacle through winter. The outfit is probably making her shiver, right? It's not a very good idea, but she's grasping on that pentacle so much. I'm not going to lose you, right? Regardless of what happens next, that maybe at one point it wasn't necessary anymore. Maybe what's changing and what's unexpected is someone that is finding a better way of working, or better way of getting things done, or manifesting things in their life. There's a little bit of a tweak that you are discovering here that makes you feel much more accomplished. And I think partially what that's to do with also for some of you is that you have taken a minute to truly face your shadow self, you know, and you're like, okay, let me just sit down and see why I'm doing things like I'm doing them, because I feel like there is a bit of a blockage there for me. But I know it's coming from my deep preconditioned self, right? That is not really helpful for me anymore. So let me just sit down and not be afraid to really balance these two out. We have the light and the dark together. If one of them was out of the picture, we'd lose balance, right? So both of them are good. And facing that shadow part of self, it's like I'm seeing light bulb moments, right? A little bit like in the star over here. You're then finally able to see where your dream lies, maybe where your path is, or you see big improvements in your life overall. It's a lot to do with your path and how you feel about that path, right? Because a lot of people can be, on their paths, but they still have to go through a lot of, as I call it, character building, where they face themselves and they're like, okay, why am I procrastinating? What can I do better? It's a forever work with ourselves, right? But here for pile number 2, you're really uncovering something very important here. That's shifting things around quite swiftly for you. Strong pile, hey? Let's talk about these dreams and your vision and this change. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune, please. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. So here's your light bulb moment that we talked about before. I don't have to say more than that. We got it. You have the Ten of Cups. Look at you all. Look at you all. And you have the High Priestess. So, the unexpected is, for you guys, it's a lot to do with hope and strong vision, to be honest. That you suddenly have this realization that we talked about, but it's a lot to do with self. That makes you feel overjoyed and it's almost like you have much more energy as well as motivation to get what you want done. Your intuition is going to be through the roof. So if any psychics are watching this reading, you're definitely getting rewarded in your workplace, okay? You might hear something that is very important from your client. You somehow rewarded, someone's gonna say something. It's a lot to do with information, okay? It's a lot to do with words. And your soul is being fed in that way. That's what I'm hearing over here. Very happy home life for others of you as well, I'm seeing here. Especially if you have children, if you were, wondering about one of them or all of them. You know how moms like to really worry about their kids. It's saying there's no need to worry. There is something that's happening here, specifically connected to your child, or maybe that child is a representation of your goal or business, that's going to overjoy you and make you see the results of your motherhood, okay? Or results of how you nurtured that goal or that job or hobby throughout this time, because it took patience, right? It took consistency and patience. And you're being shown those fruits of labor. Pile number 2. So I don't know why this is coming through as unexpected. Maybe for some people, this is kind of big, but for some people, I feel like maybe you were before in this mindset or in this place where you felt like, I kind of lost it for a bit, I don't feel like I want to do much. So if that's you, everything is being flipped around in the future. Just make sure you acknowledge everything that you need to acknowledge and you allow those emotions to flow through you. Do not resist it, because those light bulb moments come a lot of times from those dark night of a soul situations, right? Or when you're feeling a bit low. There is something there in that low state, emotional low state, that needs to be picked up like this sword over here in order to carry that to your light days and say, okay, I've learned that. Experience straight to my basket, okay? Let's pull a card for you from the magical reading healing cards, and this might tie in, this might not. It's just like an extra message for you guys, and we're going to be reading this from the book. Okay. You have create boundaries. Some of you are eye rolling probably. Anyone? You're like, I know. That's part of you unexpected, so there might be a surprise in that department. Can you hear it? That's the wind outside my window. I live on the 5th floor, and anytime the wind is a little bit stronger, it's making that sound, the whistling sound. Sometimes it gets so intense that I actually have to have earplugs because I cannot sleep. It's in between wolf howling and someone's singing opera, and at the same time whistling. It's all in one. It's very weird. Knowing when to say yes and when to say no. Knowing what works for you and what doesn't, when you say yes, when you say no. When to say no, and developing a healthy sense of self-respect is vital for your personal well-being. Be genuinely honest with yourself. Are you someone who has healthy boundaries with others? Or do you constantly disregard your own needs, well-being, and inner harmony in order to be liked, accepted, or approved by others? How often do you find yourself completely drained after trying to help or change another person without any consideration of what is healthy for you? That is very important for pile 2. Your body's vitality as well as the state of your inner life depends on your ability to tune into your inner cycles and listen to what uplifts you and what behavior leaves you drained and gasping for some kind of self-regard. So if you want to stop this and look at the image a little bit more, that shine is not helping, is it? You can do so, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey pile 3 people, so my intention today was, in case any of your main cards come up reversed, I'm gonna read them as such, okay? So let's go. You have the 5 of Wands reversed. We like it now for you. 5 of Wands reversed is great. Let's go. We're gonna be using the we're gonna be using the texture tarot for you, and let's see what is the unexpected here. You have these ones, by the way, I'm not taking reversed, okay? I hope I'm explaining my way of reading clearly to you. I know some people are like, what? I go by the feel, but I often don't take reversals. That's my main way of reading things. Sometimes I do, and you probably see like, what is she doing? It's a very intuitive way of working. All right, so we have 2 9s, something to pay attention to here. Something to pay attention to here. So the Knight of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so you have the Earth at the bottom right here. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Sorry, that's Page of Pentacles. I'm so literally like all over the place in pile 3. Is anyone feeling that way? I don't know. Because someone feels like they've been taking care of so many things and then they sat down to listen. So that energy is still here. But let me just tune in and let's see what is up. Let me lower this down a tiny little bit. Okay, so first sentence that I heard, the fight is over. No more combating either ourselves or something that is in external world of yours. The chaos is over. It's not going to be, I'm hearing, as intense anymore. We're feeling much more grounded as part of the unexpected. We're feeling like we're exactly where we need to be, and we're very focused when we are studying and when we picking up a book, reading an article. We're just very present, okay? Your top row of cards, it feels like it's a very different energy from the bottom, meaning for me that this is something that you probably have gone through already, or some of you are still going through that. Something that might have felt, and I'm gonna refer to the past because that's how it feels like mostly. Something that felt like you wanted in the past and felt great at that time, great idea, great decision. It kind of came, I'm gonna say it how I'm hearing it. It came around to bite someone in the ass, long term. But the thing is, what your cards want you to remember is whatever decisions we're making at that time, those are the right decisions to make, meaning we have to experience something with those decisions, right? So if anyone watching this, they blame themselves or second guess, like, oh, I should have done this better, I should have chosen this path. It's saying stop, okay? No. At the same, I don't know why I remember this, but the same goes for when sometimes people, say, oh my God, I don't know, like, I was so stupid to be with that person romantically, right? And then there's the question, why though? At that time, that person was exactly what you needed, and you've learned exactly what you needed at that time. See what I mean? So there is something around that, message here that wants to be portrayed. Do not regret any past decisions. Even if you imagine something to be better than it actually turned out to be, it's a great experience, okay? Now, I'm also seeing that some of you guys might have battled, or you will be improving in, I want to say you'll be improving in dealing with some sort of habit that's been bothering you for a while, or it's been affecting you in a way that you don't want to be affected. So any addictions, I'm also hearing obsessions, any ties are going to be eased, are going to be loosened up, are going to be recognized and dealt with one step at a time. Someone really has to have patience here with themselves in pile number 3, or patience with someone else in case you have someone around you who's dealing with that. Okay, because I'm being shown a journey. Now let's get to the interesting bit. You stepping into an energy of self-exploration that's going to make you feel super independent, and is going to make you feel very rich inside, to be honest. And I think in your external world is going to show it too, because you're going to attract a lot of that luxury around you. Okay, so example, you would be invited to an event that's something that maybe you wouldn't get a ticket for yourself because it's a little bit too over the top for you price wise, but then you get invited to it and you get a ticket for free. Okay, so there's a lot of that energy that you are attracting good things, but I keep hearing luxurious, so it's quite important for pile number 3. It's something that you maybe didn't have a chance to explore before, or you couldn't afford it in the past. So I'd say just notice the signs, because it seems like you're going to be getting signs to accept those things that you will be given or shown a way to. Because for some of you, it's not as straightforward as someone just giving you that ticket, for example. You might be, for example, offered to work in a job which seems like you don't have enough experience for. You like, I wonder why this is weird, like I'm not experienced in that field. An example would be, or I'm not as experienced. Example would be if you working in retail, for example, for Primark or H&M, and then someone walks in to get, I don't know, some clothes or look at the pricing, and they or get ideas, because that's what people do, right? Sometimes to get ideas, and then they notice you, they like your demeanor, they like how you present yourself, how you talk to a client, and they say, hey, do you want to work in Prada? And here's my card. You know what I mean? So that's just an example of what I'm getting here. And then you start asking yourself, oh, am I ready? Let me read about this more. Let me educate myself on this, right? But that's what I'm getting at. As part of the unexpected is something that you might not have thought about yourself, but is being presented to you. Pile 3 has a very strong vibe of individuality, authenticity, and independence. So if you feel like something is disturbing that independence right now, your cards are saying is going to be worked out. Do not worry about it too much, but recognize what it is and acknowledge at least how you could take first steps towards your freedom, okay? But it's going to happen. Good pile for reaping rewards if you have your own business. Really, really good pile. Let's see what else. Yeah, look, boss ass energy. That's what we got. But someone is just, a little bit someone is doubting themselves a little bit too much. You see, so we have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Emperor and the Strength on both sides. Here we have the Page of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Swords. And someone is really not valuing themselves for what they have to offer. And universe, God, whatever you believe in, it's going to bring in situations or people in your life that's going to prove to you that you're actually worthy of this, that you actually have to push yourself for more, that you actually should accept that job in Prada. You know what I mean? So it's just an example of that Prada situation. Don't know why it popped up in my head, but here you go. You're finding immense amount of strength. You're feeling like you have everything in order. You have a very good structure. and no one, it's almost like you're feeling untouchable. But I think it's very connected to your either business or your lifestyle that's achievable. Okay? Look, I cannot make this up. Look at her. Look at her chilling next to her chandeliers and luxury. That's why I kept seeing luxury in this card. It's insane. It's coming up here. How much did you pay for all of this? Okay, there is more to be gained. But see, the connection for you here with that material world is, you probably have noticed it yourself, that every time you feel like you connected to your inner peace, that's when everything else falls into place and you're being presented more and more and more. So remembering to take time for yourself in your everyday life is very important for pile 3, because I'm hearing the more balanced inner self, the more balanced the outer world. Okay? So that's something that some of you probably needed to hear. Let's pull a card from the mystical reading healing cards. Yes, got it. And this might be related to what we talked about, this might not. I'm just pulling it with intention as extra message here, and we're gonna be reading it from the book, okay? You have transform anger, and that would make a lot of sense with your 5 of Wands over here, where we talked about this, you know, the conflicts, the battles, you know, it's over, like it's done and over with. Someone maybe has anger issues here and they're able to tame it with the strength over here, but it's not about taming it, it's about understanding why, with the devil as the first card. Okay, where is it coming from? And that's when you find this inner peace with yourself, and everything else doesn't seem like a battle anymore around you, because you don't have it in you anymore. See what I mean? Okay. Use your anger as a catalyst for change. In the past, anger has given you the right to blame other people for your limitations. It's time for you to face your anger and allow it to energize you instead of draining you. By the way, what I used to do, but that's not related to anger, and I'm still doing that. It's related to, for example, fear. So when I feel like I throw myself in a situation, I usually don't overthink it. I just say, I'm gonna do it, even though I'm shitting my pants. I'm just gonna climb this, I don't know, massive tree, and I'm afraid of heights, right? Let's just do it, let's see how it goes. I transform it into excitement, because for me, vibrationally, fear and excitement kind of go very close, okay? It has a similar vibration. Don't know how about you, but that worked for me every time. And I get very excited for that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna climb that tree, right? See what I mean? So maybe that's something that you're doing, I don't know. If there are things that are not working in your life, take responsibility and steps to change them. You can no longer use anger to give you a false sense of pride and justify criticizing, putting down, or resenting others. This is your opportunity to redeem yourself. I think this card could be connected if you're dealing with a person who's like that, if you don't have any anger issues, or you're just a very kind of chill person, you're able to kind of calm yourself down quite quickly. This might be someone that you're dealing with and this is kind of over and done with the 5 of Wands reversed. The dynamic between you two may change. Okay? Apologize for your behavior and become kinder towards yourself and others. If you are angry about a specific situation in society, transform your anger into passion and create positive change. Boom. So with that, I love you and I'll leave you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.